Good morning, students. Moving on further, the reaction of metal with water. Metals on reaction with water form metal oxides or hydroxides and produce dihydrogen gas. But all the metals do not react with water. Metals like sodium and potassium reacts vigorously with cold water. The general form of it is metal when reacts with water gives you metal hydroxide or metal oxide plus dihydrogen gas. That is 2K plus 2H2O gives you 2KOH plus H2. Next equation is 2Na plus 2H2O gives you 2NaOH plus H2. The first equation suggests when potassium metal reacts with water gives you potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Second equation suggests when sodium reacts with water, it gives you sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. The reaction of calcium with water is less vigorous than that of sodium and potassium. The calcium when reacts with water gives you calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Magnesium metal does not react with cold water, but the reaction with hot water gives magnesium hydroxide and dihydrogen gas. That is Mg plus 2H2O gives you MgOH twice plus H2. That is magnesium metal when reacts with water gives you magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Aluminium, zinc and iron metals do not give reaction with cold or hot water, but reacts with water vapor and forms oxides and dihydrogen gas. That is 2Al plus 3H2O gives you Al2O3 plus 3H2. That is aluminium when reacts with water gives you aluminium oxide plus hydrogen gas. Zinc when reacts with water gives you zinc oxide plus hydrogen gas. Iron when reacts with water gives you ferrous oxide plus hydrogen gas. Metals like lead, copper, gold, silver do not react with water. Now moving on further, reaction of metal with acids. All the metals do not react with dilute acids, but when they react with dilute acid, salt corresponding to the metal and dihydrogen gas is produced. The general form of it is metal when reacts with dilute acid gives you salt corresponding to the metal and dihydrogen gas. Zn plus 2HCl gives you ZnCl2 plus H2. That is zinc metal when reacts with hydrochloric acid gives you zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. 2Al plus 6HCl gives you 2AlCl3 plus 3H2. That is aluminium metal when reacts with hydrochloric acid, it gives you aluminium chloride plus dihydrogen gas. Same way, when magnesium reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives you magnesium sulfate plus hydrogen gas. That is Mg plus H2SO4 gives you MgSO4 plus H2. Fourth equation, iron when reacts with sulfuric acid gives you iron sulfate plus hydrogen gas, or you can say ferrous sulfate. Fe plus H2SO4 gives you FeSO4 plus H2. So this is the reaction of metals with acid. Whenever a metal reacts with dilute acid, salt corresponding to the metal and dihydrogen gas is produced. Dihydrogen gas is not produced by the reaction of metals with dilute nitric acid because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes hydrogen and produces water molecule during this reaction. I repeat, dihydrogen gas is not produced by the reaction of metals with dilute nitric acid because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes hydrogen produced during this reaction to water molecule. The next content is reaction of metals with dichlorine. Metals reacts with dichlorine and forms metal chlorides, that is chlorine. Metal plus dichlorine gas gives you metal chlorides. Ca plus Cl2 gives you CaCl2 Mg plus Cl2 gives you MgCl2. The first equation, calcium metal when reacts with chlorine gas gives you calcium chloride. Whereas in the second equation, magnesium when reacts with chlorine gas gives you magnesium chloride. Last property is the reaction of metals with dihydrogen. Generally, metals do not give reaction with dihydrogen because metals have the tendency to lose the electron and so react with those elements which can accept electron. But dihydrogen gas does not accept electron. They form compounds with other elements by sharing or losing electron. Some active metals like sodium, potassium and calcium combine with hydrogen to form hydrides. The general form is active metal when reacts with dihydrogen gives you metal hydride. 2Na plus H2 gives you 2NaH. 2K plus H2 gives you 2KH. Ca plus H2 gives you CaH2. First equation, sodium metal when reacts with dihydrogen gives you sodium hydride. Potassium metal when reacts with hydrogen gas gives you potassium hydride. Calcium when reacts with hydrogen gives you calcium hydride. One more time, see, reaction of metals with dihydrogen. Generally, metals do not give reaction with dihydrogen because metals have a tendency to lose the electron and so react with those elements which can accept electron. But dihydrogen does not accept electron. They form compounds with other elements by sharing or losing electron. Some active metals like sodium, potassium, calcium combine with hydrogen and form hydrides. General form is active metal when reacts with dihydrogen gives you metal hydride. Sodium metal when reacts with hydrogen gives you sodium hydride. Potassium when reacts with hydrogen gives you potassium hydride. Calcium when reacts with hydrogen gives you calcium hydride. Hope you all might understood. Please complete your notes in time.